What? When they start talking, when the people who I fight, when they start talking, that's when y'all get dumb. I'ma beat his.
Can't do shit. Wait,
for
I don't
real.
give a
Y'all better be quiet.
You've been talking since I've been baby.
And I can't wait.
I'ma show you.
Man,
I'ma show you.
Next, I told y'all who I want to fight. I can't keep saying the same thing. I already told y'all who I want to fight. The best versus the best. That should be my next fight.
It happens now? What do you think?
Yes.
You do?
Yeah, for sure.
Do you think it'll be your next one?
I think it could be.
Really?
I think it could be.
Gigantic.
Backstage at the Shakur Stevenson Teofimo Lopez press conference, Gervonta "Tank" Davis and Stevenson were seen in a tense exchange. People nearby say it's centered on what comes next if Shakur gets past Lopez. Stevenson pressing the issue and aggressively calling for a future fight with Tank.
I'm top level, elite level fighter, so let's make boxing great again. Let's put the best fighters in the ring with each other, and let's see who come out victorious.
Ever since Shakur Stevenson and Gervonta "Tank" Davis rose as two of lightweight boxing's most accomplished forces, attention has followed them, something sharper than standard competitive respect. It's not only that they sit near the top of a talent-loaded division, it's the way they talk about each other, the names they drop, and how their camps respond every time their paths cross, whether in interviews, at press events, or across social media.
35 contemporaries have a lot to say these days. Shakur Stevenson, well, of course, he's now at 135 after all that stuff, and then Devin Haney.
Right, so why people even talk like he the best at, he didn't even fight at 135 yet.
Right.
He didn't even have power at 126, 126, 30 or none of that.
He is good.
Okay. How can you, all that's just okay. How can you stop people that can actually hit? No matter all that boxing, you going to get hit. What you going to do when you get hit?
For years, fans have demanded a Tank to Shakur showdown, calling it one of the biggest fights boxing can make. It's a clean collision of styles. Gervonta "Tank" Davis, a power puncher who can end a night with one explosive shot, versus Shakur Stevenson, a slick technician celebrated for elite defense and high-level ring IQ. Shakur has pushed for it again and again, even saying he'd pause other matchups if Davis would agree to fight him next, showing how badly he wants it to finally happen.
What do you think about the rumors of Tank and Jake fight?
Man, Tank, disrespectful to the sport if he choose that over fighting with me. I'm the best fighter in the sport. I've been telling him that, and he called cap on it. So if you gonna call cap and say I'm not who I say I am, come prove it. I think it's dangerous for him to go back in there and fight Lamont. I think Lamont is a hell of a fighter. I can see that going left. So he better be on his A game.
Shakur Stevenson says his issue with Gervonta "Tank" Davis isn't personal. It's about energy and mindset. He claims you can feel when someone truly sees you as a threat. According to Shakur, as Davis got older and more established, that energy shifted from dismissive to openly hostile. Shakur believes Tank knows the truth, even if he downplays it in public, that Stevenson is the biggest danger anywhere around his weight class. That, Shakur says, is why Davis seems visibly irritated whenever his name comes up. In Shakur's view, the frustration isn't disrespect, it's insecurity. He thinks Tank understands Shakur would give him real problems in the ring. Stevenson also draws a sharp line between their mentalities. Tank approaches boxing as me or nobody, while Shakur says he thrives on competition, proving he's the best by seeking out elite fighters head-on.
Right?
Yeah, for sure.
What changed?
Competition. As you get older, you start to know what competition is, and he kind of looked at me like I feel like I was a threat, which is rightfully so. Like I don't blame him for the way that he looked at me, but it is what it is. It's two guys that just want to be the best in our sport, and we were ready to lay it all on the line.
Did he say to you like, "Yo, I don't want to be friends," or we can't, or is it just like a gradual thing where it started to become more distant?
Now you just know energy. You know energy. Once you feel the energy that's coming at you, you understand like, okay, I get it.
When do you think that started to change?
I think as he kind of matured and got older, once you get older and mature, his energy kind of let it be known like, yeah, you the ops. We got to fight. So
and perhaps as you were progressing and, you know, getting to the level that
sure,
you're at now.
He knew exactly. Deep down inside, he could sit here and say, I'm not this, I'm not a good fighter, I'm not that, but deep down inside, he knows that I'm the truth.
Right.
So with him knowing that, he knows that I'm the biggest threat around where he's at.
Do you see he gets very upset when people ask him about you?
Yeah. I think that's insecurity, though. I think he's insecure.
Because he knows that you give him trouble? Like, what's he insecure about, in your opinion?
With top level guys like him, cause like I'm kind of different. I look at things like competition, but like his mentality is more so like it's either me or it's nobody. It's not a 1A, 1B, or you don't have nobody equal to you. So I understand his mentality.
But for all the noise, Tank has largely refused to take the bait. After recent promotional events and press tours, Gervonta Davis has brushed off the idea of fighting Shakur Stevenson, publicly questioning what Stevenson has really accomplished and telling reporters he doesn't view him as an opponent worth prioritizing. In one press exchange, when asked why he hasn't stepped up to face Stevenson, Davis replied with a blunt, "What has he done?" Davis has said he's more interested in pursuing other names, Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia, or Vasily Lomachenko, before he even considers that stylistic collision. And in many ways, his stance reads as more than avoiding a dangerous matchup. It's a strategic dismissal that only intensifies the perception of real tension, because it frames Stevenson not just as a rival, but as a fighter whose legitimacy Davis feels compelled to challenge in public.
So, like, Shakur, right? Like he look like he got skill, right? But to be honest, I'm gonna be real. I ain't see him fight nobody that's like
that's amateur shit. Come on, bro. When that heat coming back at you, them niggas like you can see it.
Yeah,
you can see it. They ain't really these niggas just talking that way. And there's always, oh, he can be this, he can be the next. Nigga, prove yourself. You still haven't proved yourself. When someone was in front of you that can crack a little bit, he ran the whole fight.
Stevenson, meanwhile, strikes a very different tone. He doesn't just want the fight, he believes he wins it. In interviews stretching back months, Shakur has called himself the superior boxer and said flatly that Davis can't beat me, pointing to his skill set and technical mastery as the difference maker. He's also accused Tank of picking safer opponents or leaning on weight stipulations to protect an unbeaten record instead of facing the fights that would truly validate his spot at the top. This isn't friendly rivalry chatter. It's a direct critique, meant to frame Davis as risk-averse, while Stevenson presents himself as the one willing to take on anyone, anywhere.
So are these gimmick exhibition matches like Jake Paul versus Tank Davis or Floyd versus Tyson good or bad for the sport of boxing?
I mean, I feel like in Floyd and Tyson situation is different than Jake Paul and Buddy. I feel like with Floyd and Tyson, it's like, okay, y'all deserve it. Y'all legends, y'all paid homage, y'all did the most for the sport of boxing already. So you deserve a big payday and be cool. I'm cool with it. I like it. But with Jake and Buddy, I feel like Buddy is a participate in the sport of boxing right now, and he just came off a draw his last fight. So if you're a real champion and top level guy that you say you are, which I think you are too, I think you're the truth. But if you're that guy and you just came off a draw, I think rematching will be the most competitive thing to do. With the Jake Paul situation, it's a money grab fight. So to me, it's like some WWE.
That's it for today. Stay tuned. See you next time.